I admit I may not have spent as much time in a courtroom as you have.
That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies.
Thank you for keeping people like us in business.
She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures.
It's the story everyone thought they knew. But what if I told you there's another side to Sunny Hostin's dramatic fallout from The View? A side so secret, so carefully guarded, that even the tabloids missed it? While the media was busy dissecting her every word on air, Sunny was making plans to leave it all behind. Not just The View, not just ABC, but the United States itself. And what happened next will make you question everything you thought you knew about her. The headlines painted a grim picture. A lawsuit looming over Sunny's passionate on-air commentary, advertisers fleeing, and tensions erupting backstage. But what no one reported was how those final days played out behind closed doors. Sources close to the production reveal that Sunny had grown increasingly paranoid, convinced that her colleagues were distancing themselves from her. A cryptic remark she made during a private meeting, "I need to get out of here before it's too late," sent ripples of speculation through the studio. Rumors began to swirl that Sunny wasn't just worried about the lawsuit. She was worried about something far bigger, something that made staying in the US no longer an option. Insiders claim that Sunny began requesting additional security for her appearances, citing concerns about being followed.
People have to wonder, where does Sunny Hostin get her opinions? Like you said, it's obviously from her husband.
Her demeanor shifted noticeably during her final broadcasts. Her typically sharp commentary seemed more cautious, and she often glanced off camera as if seeking reassurance from the production team. Behind the scenes, tensions reached a boiling point. Staffers described an environment rife with whispered conversations and growing unease. Some co-hosts reportedly began avoiding Sunny altogether, worried that being too closely associated with her could implicate them in the fallout. One producer recounted a chilling exchange where Sunny allegedly confided, "This isn't just about a lawsuit. They want to ruin me. I'm not safe here anymore." Even Sunny's staunchest allies appeared powerless to calm her fears. Attempts by network executives to reassure her only seemed to deepen her anxiety, as she reportedly accused them of preparing to throw her under the bus. A particularly tense moment occurred during a meeting when Sunny abruptly left the room, visibly shaken after receiving a text message. Witnesses claimed she muttered, "I can't keep doing this," before disappearing into her dressing room for over an hour. Her paranoia extended beyond the workplace. Friends and associates revealed that Sunny had become increasingly reclusive in her personal life. She began avoiding public outings, canceling appearances, and even changing her usual routines to avoid being followed.
He has to tell her what to say on The View, because without it, she's got nothing up there. She's not very bright.
There were whispers of her consulting private investigators to uncover who might be monitoring her movements, though the exact details remain shrouded in mystery. By the time the show was officially canceled, Sunny's absence from the final broadcast was both conspicuous and telling. While the network maintained that she had taken a personal day, those closest to the situation knew the truth. Sunny was already planning her escape. And as she packed up her dressing room in the dead of night, avoiding the gaze of curious coworkers, the stage was set for her next unexpected move. Within days of The View's cancellation, Sunny vanished from the public eye. Officially, her team cited personal time as the reason for her absence, but insiders tell a different story. They claim Sunny boarded a private flight bound for Europe under a pseudonym, avoiding the paparazzi and the mounting scrutiny back home. The flight, reportedly chartered at the last minute, took off from a private airstrip to ensure complete discretion. Why Europe? Some say it was a strategic move. With its stricter privacy laws and a slower news cycle, Europe offered the perfect refuge for someone in the midst of a media firestorm. But whispers of a deeper motivation have emerged. Sunny was allegedly advised to flee by a shadowy network of high-profile legal advisors and crisis managers, who warned that her financial dealings and private correspondence could become targets if the lawsuit intensified. The advice was clear: leave before things spiraled further. Whatever the reason, Sunny was gone, and the silence she left behind was deafening. Yet, her departure was far from inconspicuous in certain circles. Reports emerged of her making stops in Geneva, where some of the world's most powerful legal and financial institutions are headquartered. One source claimed she visited a boutique law firm specializing in international asset protection, a move that hinted at far more than a casual retreat. Others alleged she had been spotted at a secluded villa on the French Riviera, where high-profile
I was also recognized with a Special Achievement Award at the Department of Justice. You remember the Department of Justice, right?
figures often go to evade the spotlight. Her sudden disappearance raised more questions than answers. Was she evading the lawsuit, or were there other forces at play? Forces powerful enough to drive her overseas? Speculation reached a fever pitch when a former colleague anonymously remarked, "Sunny wasn't running away from the media. She was running from something much bigger. The kind of thing that makes you look over your shoulder even in the safest places." Meanwhile, back in the US, the media scrambled for clues, piecing together fragments of her sudden exit. But with Sunny's team staying tight-lipped and the woman herself vanishing without a trace, Europe became a labyrinth of intrigue where Sunny Hostin's next steps remained a mystery. While Sunny's departure stole the spotlight, the lawsuit she left behind continued to send shockwaves through the industry. Court filings revealed a complex web of accusations, implicating not only Sunny but other executives at ABC. Insiders whispered that the lawsuit was only the beginning of a larger reckoning, one that could expose questionable practices behind the scenes at The View. As the legal drama unfolded, more details emerged about the plaintiff's motivations. Far from being a simple defamation claim, it became clear that the lawsuit was part of a broader campaign to dismantle Sunny's credibility. Some speculated that powerful entities had aligned against her, using the lawsuit as a tool to silence her outspoken views. The fallout wasn't just legal, it was deeply personal. Former colleagues began distancing themselves from Sunny, issuing carefully worded statements that left little doubt about their desire to avoid association with her. Meanwhile, whispers of additional lawsuits and potential criminal investigations hung in the air, casting a long shadow over Sunny's legacy. Here's where things get even more intriguing. Leaked emails hint that Sunny's departure may have been part of a quiet deal with ABC. According to one source, network executives were desperate to avoid further negative press and offered Sunny a lucrative settlement to step away. On one condition, she had to stay silent. The alleged agreement included a non-disclosure clause so airtight it left even her closest friends in the dark. One insider claimed, "This wasn't your typical NDA. This was on another level, designed to bury everything." But Sunny's silence only fueled speculation. Was this really about protecting the network, or was there something more sinister at play? Some believe Sunny had information that could damage not just ABC, but other powerful figures connected to The View.
And then she'd have to accuse him of being a racist. Because if he told her that this is what white women do, then he's a racist.
Rumors swirled about explosive secrets, hidden power struggles, financial misconduct, and even personal scandals that, if exposed, could have unraveled not just careers, but entire reputations. By leaving the country, she may have been safeguarding herself and those secrets. Adding to the mystery were whispers that Sunny had demanded certain conditions of her own. Allegedly, she negotiated not just a financial payout, but guarantees of security for herself and her family. A source close to the matter suggested this was no ordinary settlement, but rather an intricate arrangement involving offshore accounts, encrypted communications, and even potential legal protections in multiple jurisdictions. Then there's the matter of timing. Sunny's sudden departure coincided with what insiders described as a house cleaning at ABC, with several mid-level executives quietly resigning or being reassigned. Some speculated that these moves were directly linked to Sunny's deal, part of a broader effort to contain whatever secrets she was holding. What was Sunny protecting herself from? While the lawsuit was the obvious catalyst, many believe it was just the tip of the iceberg. Her decision to leave the US entirely, coupled with the elaborate measures surrounding her settlement, suggests there's far more to this story than anyone is letting on. As Sunny retreated into the shadows, the speculation only intensified. Was her silence a sign of guilt, or was it a calculated move to protect herself from something far greater? And if she truly holds the keys to a deeper scandal, how long can those secrets stay buried? For now, the answers remain locked away, leaving the world to wonder what it would take for Sunny Hostin to finally break her silence. As the months dragged on, Sunny's absence only heightened the media's obsession with her story. Was she plotting a comeback, hiding from financial ruin, or merely taking a break from the spotlight? Every new sighting, every cryptic post added another layer to the mystery. From whispers of secret meetings with influential figures in Geneva to sightings of her in secluded Tuscan retreats, the intrigue surrounding Sunny only deepened. Then there's the matter of timing. Sunny's sudden departure coincided with what insiders described as a house cleaning at ABC, with several mid-level executives quietly resigning or being reassigned. Some speculated that these moves were directly linked to Sunny's deal, part of a broader effort to contain whatever secrets she was holding. As one anonymous staffer put it, this wasn't just about saving face, it was about survival. Sunny had leverage, and she used it. And yet, the agreement left one glaring question unanswered. What was Sunny protecting herself from? While the lawsuit was the obvious catalyst, many believe it was just the tip of the iceberg. Her decision to leave the US entirely, coupled with the elaborate measures surrounding her settlement, suggests there's far more to this story than anyone is letting on. As Sunny retreated into the shadows, the speculation only intensified. Was her silence a sign of guilt, or was it a calculated move to protect herself from something far greater? And if she truly holds the keys to a deeper scandal, how long can those secrets stay buried? For now, the answers remain locked away, leaving the world to wonder what it would take for Sunny Hostin to finally break her silence. As the months dragged on, Sunny's absence only heightened the media's obsession with her story. Was she plotting a comeback, hiding from financial ruin, or merely taking a break from the spotlight? Every new sighting, every cryptic post added another layer to the mystery. Paparazzi scrambled to capture fleeting glimpses of her in European cities, while tabloids published speculative exposés about her supposed dealings overseas. From whispers of secret meetings with influential figures in Geneva to sightings of her in secluded Tuscan retreats, the intrigue surrounding Sunny only deepened. But the obsession wasn't limited to her whereabouts. The media delved into her past, unearthing old interviews, public appearances, and even offhand remarks that might hint at the motivations behind her dramatic exit. Social media amplified the frenzy, with fans and critics alike dissecting her every move, or lack thereof. Conspiracy theories flourished. Some claimed she was evading justice, others speculated she was crafting a tell-all memoir, and a few suggested she was orchestrating a calculated media blackout to stage an even bigger comeback. And yet, the most tantalizing question remains unanswered. What or who drove Sunny Hostin to flee the country? Was it the lawsuit, a backlash too intense to withstand, or was there something deeper, something darker that the public has yet to uncover? Leaked whispers of threats, coercion, and secret agreements hinted at a narrative far more complex than anyone initially suspected. Even now, as new rumors emerge, one thing is clear. Sunny's silence is as loud as her presence once was, and the truth behind her escape continues to elude even the most relentless investigators. Sunny Hostin's story is far from over. Whether she's a cautionary tale of media gone too far or a misunderstood figure fighting against impossible odds, one thing is clear. Her journey has captivated the world. Her name has become synonymous with controversy and resilience, a polarizing figure whose actions continue to spark debates long after her departure from The View. And as she continues to navigate her self-imposed exile, the questions linger. Is Sunny crafting a masterful reinvention, or is she slowly fading into obscurity? Will she return to the US and reclaim her place in the public eye, or will she remain a ghost of daytime television? But stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Sunny Hostin may be out of sight, but she's far from out of mind. Her journey has become more than just a media spectacle. It's a study in how public figures can navigate, endure, and potentially transcend the fallout of their own decisions. Whether Sunny emerges as a redeemed powerhouse or chooses to remain in the shadows, one thing is certain. Her legacy will continue to provoke, inspire, and divide audiences for years to come.